Do you live in a democracy?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you vote?
No.
No, I do not.
Democracy. Simply put, it's a form of government where the whole population or eligible members of the state govern themselves by laws for which they have agreed. In ancient Athens, this meant that all eligible people would gather in the town square to discuss and debate, and then decide by popular majority. Today, we mostly do this by voting for representatives who make decisions on our behalf. What some would say is
constitutional republic, not a democracy.
Others argue that democracy is under attack and needs to be saved.
Are we more of a republic than a democracy? Help us out.
Yes, it is both. Tastes great, less filling.
What unites each of these ideas is the people's ability to vote.
We talk about voting as the foundational right of our democracy. It's the right that enables all other rights.
Even if sometimes the method used to count the votes may seem unfair or abstract. In the United States, the most powerful elected office is that of the president. But how the president is chosen isn't based on any simple vote count. Our people don't necessarily vote for the president at all. Instead, in each state, we vote for the people whom we typically never have heard of or even know their names. These people are part of the Electoral College.
Yeah, I mean, so the basics here, obviously, when you go out and you vote on election day, you vote for Biden, you vote for Trump, you vote for who you vote for. But then what you're really doing is you're setting off a process, the Electoral College process.
The Electoral College comes from Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2 of the Constitution, which states, "Each state shall appoint, in such manner as the legislature thereof may direct, a number of electors, equal to the whole number of senators and representatives to which the state may be entitled in the Congress." Since 1964, following the ratification of the 23rd Amendment, the number of electoral votes available has been 538, 435 for each member of the House of Representatives, 100 for each member of the Senate, and 3 for the District of Columbia, which isn't part of any U.S. state. Electors are chosen by the political parties, and whose party's electors get to cast a ballot is determined by state law. In 48 states and D.C., the electors are chosen based on which candidate wins the plurality of the vote in their state. In Maine and Nebraska, 2 electors are chosen this way, similar to how they elect their senators, and the others are chosen based on the plurality of votes within each congressional district, similar to how they elect their House representatives. This means that a candidate can receive fewer than half the votes cast in the state as long as it's more than any other candidate and walk away with all of the state's electoral votes.
If there's one issue you think is undermining our democracy, what is it?
Great question.
The United States is the only country in the world who elects its leader by this method. The reason dates back to the founding and the disagreement over counting slaves to apportion the number of representatives. Proponents say that it's necessary to give power to the minority. Opponents say this compromise has run its course and propose electing the president by a plurality method of the popular vote. The final count is similar to majority vote, and the individual state rules resemble plurality. Unlike multi-winner and ranked choice methods, each voter and elector gets a single vote for each office. However, since electors aren't necessarily obligated to vote for their pledged candidate, a gap needed to traverse to translate those primary votes into electoral votes is wide, as to, some would say, this method's attachment to democracy.
101 years old.
Long lines on a rainy New York City day.
Your ballot is in here.
Could not keep 101-year-old Anna Belfield from an opportunity to have her voice heard in 2020.
This vote means an awful lot. I'm just hoping that my vote will make a difference.